Good evening. This is Javier Francos, the For Success Life Coach founder. Perspective from my porch. Trying to do this a little bit earlier. I didn't want to bring all my lights outside. Um, I was talking to my pastor today. I sent him a message. He's doing a series on young people, on parenting, what what kids are going through these days, and the situations that they are. Um, and I was reminded of a lesson that I used to teach when I was doing parenting classes. Sorry, I had to move my thing. Um, and it was called the 311 rule. The 311 rule states that uh, when we look at something, we tend to look at the negative more than we do the positive. In other words, if we go to a restaurant, we will look for the negative first of all. If we get some bad service or we get bad food or we get something, anything that's in the negative, we're going to automatically look for 11, and we're going to tell 11 people or more about an average, about let's say 11 people. We're going to tell at least 11 people about the bad situation, the bad service, the bad food, anything negative. If we see something positive, we're only going to tell 3 people about it, and that's something that we do. Um, so with that, we're also telling him that we are people that look for the negative, and we are people who look for the negative a lot of times, uh, and that needs to change. Pretty much, it has to change, especially when it deals with our young people, especially when it deals with our restaurants. And I hear a lot of criticism about restaurants. I was telling somebody the other day, they said, well, the food wasn't that good. I said, I liked it. And I guess I've gotten to the point that I just like food. I mean, I guess because I appreciate it more. I don't know. But even if it's bad, I'll say, well, at least I got a meal. And I don't know if that's something that has somehow changed in me because I used to, I guess, I don't remember. Anyway, I tend to look at I tend to try to find the positive. And I know I'm a negative person. We're all negative, but I try my best to find the positive. I'm sorry for the dog. It always barks. My neighbors probably saw something in the back, but at least it protects us from things. I know it's bark right now. That bark means that somebody's coming by that he doesn't know. So anyway, we go back to the positive and the negative. It's time that in this world that we start looking at positive things more than we do negative. And I know I've said that in the past. I know I've talked about that in the past. And I know we do. This morning, I got up 6 o'clock in the morning, loaded up my car, went to Abilene, and I went fishing. I went fishing at 2 locations there. I have to be really careful about where I fish because of the fact that on the ledge I use my walker, and I have to be able to get to the shore at least so I can fish comfortably there, uh, and use my chair and not, if there's a ledge, I can't. It's scary for me, and I don't have the best balance. So anyway, I went to 2 lakes, two places in Abilene, and the first one was really beautiful. I actually took a picture out there of a windmill, and I was fishing, and I didn't even get a nibble out there. And I sat out there for probably about an hour and 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. Finally, I just moved to another location, and eventually, I just came home. Um, did I find anything negative about that? No, I found the positive. I found that there was peace, there was quiet, there was me time. I went to the second location. By that time, the wind was picking up, and it was hard for me to control. It's bad enough I don't have very much strength on my arms, but uh, I was using the bobber, and the bobber was just float all. And then I found the little current of where it is. So then I aimed towards the current, and I had maybe one nibble. I know I lost 2 worms in that location. So something probably a very small fish was eating on it. Did I have a great time? I had a fantastic time. Uh, if it hadn't been for the wind, I think I would have stopped to stay there a little bit longer or would have gone to a third location. Why do I say that? Because I could have seen that as a positive. And I think if you're a fisherman, a lot of you uh, I will go, and if you don't catch nothing, you don't catch nothing. You're fine, and you're happy about that. Yes, we want to catch something, but we see the positive of being out there by ourselves, being out there having a good time, and the challenge of catching something. The positives. I hope that you realize the negative things that we say about people, negative things we say about situations, restaurants, our city, and like I said, I am probably one of the world's worst when it comes to complaining about things. Because basically, I tell people I get bored and then I find something to gripe about. I'm really trying to change that. So my apologies if I've been negative to you. But let's start changing that rule from 311 to the 11 to 3, that we see more positive than we do negative. Um, I love these young entrepreneurs. There's a lot of young entrepreneurs out there right now with food trucks. And they're all successful in their own ways. I wish I could sit down with all of them and give them some advice. So, okay, why don't you try this? And I don't know why I want to do that. I'm not much of a businessman. I'm not much of a salesman. But the thing about it is that uh, I believe in them. There's some young men who are out mowing right now. They're pushing. I had a young entrepreneur come to my flea market the other day, this Saturday. Um, she probably sold about $25, $30 and stuff. She sold more than I did. Uh, but it was a positive thing. I think we need to start focusing on the positive things that these kids do. I will every now and then, if I have the money, I will hire a young man and to help me do stuff. And I look for the positive. Yes, there's some things that I have to teach them, but I have to remind myself they were never taught these things like you were. So let's focus on the positive. Let's quit doing the negative so much. The challenge is let's look for the positive in things. Let's change that 311 rule to three negatives to 11 positives instead of three positives to 11 negatives. Love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. I do want to talk about some other things in my next few videos. Once again, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Perspective, my Steps for Success, and then also I have a YouTube channel, and I do post. It's called Perspective from My Porch, and I also post on the TikTok channel. I think it's on the Javier Franco. So holler, give me a holler, talk to me, give me some advice, give me some ideas. Uh, I still have some people that I want to bring on that they told me, hey, I want to sit on your porch and talk. No problem. We might be doing that soon. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all.